Hello, my profane friends. This is part 2 of Scottish RITE Masonry. Okay, I'm still on book 1, and the interesting thing I want to show you here, right? Yeah, is the sovereign masters and all that. Look, see the cause for alarm, right? They do the who approaches, blah blah. The Darius, the king, bring with them his decree. Yeah. Anyway, they all get in there, look, and then when they do the triumphant chorus, yeah, following this song, yeah, raise the glad voice of triumph. No longer shall the tyrants enslave us. Lol, he is coming to save us. Judah's lion to save. Cross him with a garlands of laurel. Clothe him in remnants of honour. Welcome to Salam, our brother. Zerubbabel, the brave. Huzal, warmly we welcome our brother Zerubbabel, the brave. Yeah. Anyway, they go all through this, blah blah blah, right? Yeah. Wait there, how they fared, yeah. And then we've got the Quila, the decree of Darius. Now listen to this, look. We, Darius first, King of Kings, Sovereign of Sovereigns, and Lord of Lords, be willing to favour in our gratitude and goodness our dear people of Jerusalem, in example of our most illustrious and most prescient predecessor, King Cyrus, having heard their complaints by their ambassadors against the people of Samaria, who have refused to contribute to the construction of the temple of the Lord. Okay, these are refusing. Okay, and the necessaries for the sacrifices. See, the necessaries for the sacrifices of which they have need. Order by these present, that they are to submit unto our former orders under the penalty of incurring our highest displeasure and vengeance, given in our grand court, the 4th day of the 2nd month of the year 3534, under the great seal, of the faithful satraps of all Judea, and our reign the 3rd current of the above. Yeah, 3rd. Now look at this, look. Now if you put, right, the 3 and the 3 together for 33, and then 5 and 4 is 9, as above so below, you work it out, my profane friends. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, but I'm more than likely like that is more of a conspiracy than anything else. Do you know what I mean, my profane friends? Clap the hands 5 times. Look, glory be to God, honour and prosperity to the sovereign. You know what I mean? Anyway, then it goes on about all this, right? Now, obligation, princes of Jerusalem, this is, right? This is the obligation. In the presence of the great architect of the universe and of this council of princes of Jerusalem, do hereby and hereon most solemnly and sincerely promise to swear that I will never reveal the secrets of this decree to any person or persons except to those whom the same may legally belong. So it's legally belong, you see. Well, I never heard about any laws about that. I further promise and swear that whatever I am called upon to judge and decide between my brethren, this is where it gets good, I will do with justice and equity, and will endeavour to reconcile all differences and disputes between them. I further promise and swear never to fight my brother, Prince of Jerusalem. This is why they get on. And you, the profane, they will always be against you, the profane. And never consent to receive any Mason in this degree unless conformable to the ancient statutes and regulations of the order. I further promise and swear to appear at all times at the council when I shall be summoned to attend by the proper officers, unless having good reason for the contrary. To all of which I do most solemnly promise and swear, binding myself under no less penalty than that of being deprived of all advantages of the council and of masonry in general. And that's like money and wealth and houses and everything that goes along with it. So God maintain me in my uprightness and justice. Amen. Arise, my brethren, princes and governors of Jerusalem. See, they believe all this. You know what I mean? This is, this isn't a fallacy. This is what they do. Now, here's the sign, yeah? Now, this is how they do the sign. Present yourself boldly with your left hand resting on your hip as if ready for combat. You see? There's a sign of a Prince of Jerusalem. Yeah, and the answer is extend the arm at the height of the shoulders. I'll read it and show you the actual thing. Height of the shoulders, and as if to begin the combat. The right foot forming a square with a toe, a toe with the toe of the left. Yeah, there you go. Look, see it? That's the square, my son, profane friend, right? And the token, which is the grip. Yeah. Join the right hands, placing the thumb at the joint of the little finger. With the thumb, strike on that joint 5 times. By 1, by 2, and by 2. Yeah, so you've got to hit it once, then 2, then 2. Yeah, so it's 5 times total. Okay, this is how they, by the token is how they get you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. At the same time, join right knee by the toes so that to form a straight line. Touch the knee. Lastly, place the left hand open on the shoulder, one of the other, and one say 20, the other says 23. Okay, I'll leave it there so you can read that so you can understand it a bit better. But if you don't do this, they know you're not part of the old game, you know what I mean? Battery, 5 in some council, 5 times 5, yeah? That's the battery, yeah? Look, we're talking about an army here, the march, right? 1 slow step on the tip of the toes, yeah? Sometimes 5 are made under the sign thus. Slide the left foot forward, bring up the right foot to the toe of the left, mark a short pause, and so on until the 5 steps are made. You know what I mean? And again, you'll see this in the pubs and the clubs where they do it to greet each other. You know what I mean? You just got to know what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's all to do with Freemasonry. Hours of work from sunrise until high 12. You know what I mean? Password is Tibet. Sacred word Adar or Adaya. He then visits him with the apron and sash. And there you go. Valorous, there's another word that they use instead of glorious and all that, as valorous. Grand Master of the ceremony, you will now conduct the candidate to the most equitable. Master of ceremonies cut him to the most equitable, whoever that is. Most equitable. My brother, you have been appointed a judge and Prince of Judah, that you may render justice to all the people. You have been decorated with the yellow sash to which is attached a gold medal. You see what I mean? And this is the thing, you see, they think they're gods, do you know what I mean? And that these ranks actually count. Well, they do count within their nation and their laws, you know what I mean? But they judge us because they think they're better than us because they're Masons, yeah? These are like Nazis, do you know what I mean? They're better than anyone. These are the master race, do you know what I mean? And this is what it's all about, do you know what I mean? And as you can see, I don't know who Zerubbabel is, but I'm sure some of the people who know their Bible will know who this is. But anyway, that's that, and I've got another couple of pages marked here. Wait there, my profane friends. Come here, you. If I can get hold of it. Oh, baby. Remember, I'm not a professional at this. Knights of the East and Westlet, yeah? All present, rising and resting his right arm on the Bible with the 7 seals. Venerable Knight Princes. I thought it said princesses then. Well, wouldn't surprise me anyway. What is your duty? To know if we are secure. See, we are so. Senior Warden goes to the door. All present, we are in perfect security. Yeah, 7 raps. Yeah, and then 1. All rise, respectable knights, princes. This Grand Council of Knights of the East and West is now open, and I claim your attention to business thereof. We promise obedience to the all prescient commands, yeah? Look, obedience to all prescient commands, led by the senior all salute, all salute the all prescient who returns to the salute. See, 1 rap and all are seated. Do you know what I mean? Because these people, right, are in an army, yeah, and all they got is one thing in mind. That's keep you, the profane, under their lash. Yeah, and here he come, look, preparing the candidate. He's different this time, look. He's like that geezer what was in the funeral at the old Queen's funeral, was it? See, look, there he is, cowled up, look. You know what I mean? He's got a stick up his bum that he has to drag around the old worshipful master's room. You know what I mean? But anyway, we won't go on about that. Again, look, all the raps, look, you see, look. But they know all this. They know all this. Do you know what I mean? They're not so profane, these people. I'll tell you, they know what they're doing against the profane. You know what I mean? And they've got one mission. Keep profane underfoot, working, yeah, for them, because then they ain't got to do anything. And that's all it is. And they just paid money, gold, free to do any sort of illegal stuff in society, and they're not going to be touched or investigated for it because their brothers are in the places of high command. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. Here we go. Look. Again, we're getting mentioned here. Look. See, I wish I could read it all to you, and I can't, you know, but I am going to scan it up and you'll be able to download it. Look, here is seen the fulfillment of the prophecy. Strike not, nor punish the profane, yeah, and wicked of our order until I have selected the true and worthy masons. Do you see what I mean? The four winds again blow. Bladders are whisked about. You must be farting around the room or something, I don't know. And then one of the venerable ancients blows a blast, on his trumpet, when the wardens cover candidate's arm and takes it from him in his apron and jewel. Oh, sorry, they weren't farting. Anyway, the four winds, I suppose there's one in the north, one in the east, and one in the south, and one in the west. The four winds blow, and the second trumpet sounds when the junior wardens invest the candidate into the candidate with the apron and jewel of this degree. The fourth wind blows, and a third trumpet sounds when the senior warden invests candidate with a long white beard. What? Oh yeah, because they dress up in these rituals as well. Yeah, they dress up like kings and queens and all that malarkey. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, look. Opens second seal and removes a sword which he hands to the oldest knight. Yeah. Go and destroy peace among the profane and wicked brethren, that they may appear in our council. You see what I mean? You've got no chance if you're profane. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying, you see? You are the profane and you will be paid. Right, anyway, let's have a look. Right. Yeah, it's spilling blood here to acquire the knowledge. Look, a trifling, where is it? See my brother? Look, here, look. See my brethren, a man who has spilled his blood to acquire the knowledge of our mysteries and shrunk not from the trial. So whatever the trial was, but I'm going to go into it because I want to get through the signs. I'm only trying to show you the signs here. Remember that, yeah? So they're like, anyway, they're going on about punishing the profane and the wicked. That's you, my profane friends. I'm all right. They like me. Anyway, the warden gives candidate a sign, a token, and a word. Here we go. These are the signs. These are the tokens, yeah? This is the sign and answer, okay? Look at your right shoulder. Look at your right shoulder and say, Abaddon, yeah? Abaddon. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try that one. Look at your left shoulder and say, which is the answer, Jubilan, yeah? Abaddon, a Jubilan, yeah? That's what they do, look, you see? Left and right. That's the answers. Now, the first token, place the left hand in each other's right hand, closing the fingers, okay? There you go. You can see it, look. Okay? That's the first token, look, yeah? The second token, A touches B's left shoulder with the right hand, and B answering touches A's right shoulder with left hand. Yeah, see? And again, that's forming squares or crosses. You know what I mean? Keep an eye out, because I'll do it, mate, right in front of you. Sign of entering the council, yeah? And here it is, look. Sign of entering the council. Touch the tiler's forehead when he answers by putting his hand on your forehead. Password, Jubilan. Sacred word, Abaddon. The four winds, or the bladders, again blow, and with the seventh trumpet sound next all the trumpets around together when the senior warden conducts candidate to the elevated vacant canopy at the right of all the Parisians. So how many Parisians are there? Or peasants, or whatever they are. This is suppressed to represent the end of the new world, the end of the world, when all good Masons receive their reward by being conducted to a throne at the right hand of the all prescient, having been purified by washing their robes in their own blood. What the frick's going on here? I mean, you guys will understand it better than I do. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not I'm not a master of know-it-all. Do you know what I mean? I just know what I'm reading, and maybe you can read it and make word of it or whatever you want yourself. This is supposed to represent the end of the world, when all good Masons receive their reward. Well, what about the profane? By being conducted to the throne at the right hand of the all prescient, having been purified by washing their robes in their own blood. My brother, when the Knights of the Princess undertook the conquer of the Holy Land, they took a cross to distinguish them as a mark of being under its banner. They also took an oath to spend their last drop of their blood to establish a true religion of the Most High God. Peace being made, they could not fulfill their vows, and therefore, returning home to their country, they resolved to do, in theory, what they could not do by practice. Anyway, that's another story, my profane friend. I'm more into the stances and the stains, do you know what I mean? Hopefully I can get into book 2 after this. Wait a minute. Wait there, I'm trying to turn a page. Like I said, I'm not a very good cameraman, my profane friends. Right, let me get to this page. Wait a minute. I'll be with you in a second. Calm there. What's that? Look. Look, again, look. Evil be thou, my God, my good. The evil be thou, my good. Evil be thou, my good. And on this side, look, you've got to destroy profane and unworthy brethrens. See, to destroy the profane. Where's all this coming from? No, I mean, now come on, babies. And this is run own dirt machine of the lodge. Glance at the faithful, expose it. Glances, at least. I'm going to mark this page. I'm going to read this because I need to, because I want to know where all this profane stuff's coming from. Do you know what I mean? But they seem to be going on about us quite a bit, don't you think? Do you know what I mean? The what? Look. To bullocks, and degrade Christ, to destroy profane and unworthy brethren. Evil be they, my God. Every lodge is a synagogue of Satan. What the friggin' hell? Now, I haven't bloody, philosophical analysis, 17th degree, or Knights of the East and West. Right, now I'm not saying it. Look, to Belusk and degrade Christ, to destroy profane, which is us, and unworthy brethren. Evil be thy good, my good. So evil's their good, yeah, I suppose. Every lodge is a synagogue of Satan. This horrible degree is compound of falsehood, burlesque, sacrilege, and sorcery. Right, it's pretending. Oh, wait a minute, I might be reading this wrong. Don't quote me on this. Its pretended antiquity and deprivation of the Crusades are false. It is needless to say that these pretensions have no foundation in truth. Mackay's Cyclopedia, Art Scottish Rite. The highest Masonic authorities agree that Ramsay invented the falsehood that these degrees came from the princes, nobles, and knights of the Crusades to draw all the French aristocrats who scorned English masonry, started by stonemasons, but once deprived by initiation and dazzled by the gold-starred drapery of the lodge called a council, the French masons were pleased to find themselves in higher degrees which the coarser London mechanics were sworn to obey. But the satanic object of the degree was to burlesque and degrade Christ. This is indeed the one grand central aim, end, and object of the whole Masonic system. The beer-guzzling London lodges burlesqued him by setting a crony to raise the dead by the grip of the lion's paw, or King of Judea, which is the lion's paw. You can look up Prime Minister lion's paw grip and you'll be able to see what that is. But in this revolting degree, they travesty Christ by setting a French infidel to mock the Bible and the God of the Or I don't know, maybe it's something, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. You guys will know more about it than I would, you know what I mean? But I'll keep going anyway, because this is quite interesting. Bible, by opening the book with 7 seals, which Christ alone, as the God of the prophecy, can do. No one can read this dark and damning decree, which was played nightly over France before the reign of terror, unless his conscience is seared and his heart hardened by demon worship, and not see that this degree and its fellows helped work the guillotine and soak the soil with blood. Nor is the drama yet done. These degrees framed by the French as impudent assaults on God, whose name 10 years since the Grand Orient erased from its ritual, sent here by the hands of Jews whose fathers crucified Christ, planted by those children on whom his blood was invoked in our city of Charleston, SC, have already from the Southern lodge room sent forth a war from that very city, which has furnished 82 governmental graveyards filled with northern corpses, and this same book, which their degree mocks and mimics, assures us that blood is yet to flow to the horses' bridles from the great wine press of the wrath of God. Revelations 14:20, is it? Now, I don't know nothing about all this. I've never read any of this, so you're getting this, hot off the press like me. Sacrilege is profaning sacred things, and this degree uses the sacred symbols of the revelation to run its own dirt machine of the lodge. Glance at the fanciful expose of it. Expose, is it? Yeah. Then glance at the footnotes which confirm by Masonic authorities every word of that expose. And what do you see? You see the august and awful symbols of the apocalypse used as wheel grease for their devil's machine. You read that Masonry is of divine origin, that water and blood mean that a Mason would not hesitate to spill his blood for the support of Masonry. You read that the word power means power to destroy profane and unworthy brethren, and that submission, one of the 7 qualities which Masons should possess, means submission to the laws, regulations and degrees of the lodge without murmuring, and that when those degrees are made by unknown superiors from unknown motives, and the skull is the image of a brother who is excluded from the lodge or council, and the cloth stained with blood, that we should not hesitate to spill ours for the good of Masonry. Turn now to the text and see that these quotes are fairly and accurately made, and then say to your conscience before God, if the Antichrist hung in Chicago had anything, if the Antichrists hung in Chicago had anything in their theory viler, more murderous, more damning than the Masonic Lodge. I don't get it, mate. What I'm reading here? Sorcery means conjuring by, for, and with evil spirits, and there are devils incarnate as well as incarnate, excarnate as well as incarnate, and this degree is sorcery. For what human purpose, conceivably or inconceivably, can a lot of men, infidels, Jews, hypocrites, weak Christians, pagans, and Mohammedana keep up in receptive of such stuff as you read in this degree, and that for more than a century and a half, from 1754 to this day, what but the same devilishness which met by Chicago lakeside for years to learn lessons which their bombs reduced to practice, to spend their earnings for liquor and then curse society because they were poor. What is the doctrine of devils if this is not the degree? Evil by they my good work, which Milton puts in the mouth of Satan, was before stated in the Bible as a satanic principle and seen to be true in the experience and observation of men. It is to choose sin and practice it, and then seek to burn down society to a level of their own wretchedness. The practitioners of this degree have for full century and a half drawn all its vitality from what they deny the Bible. The Bible is God's word, or it is an empty bauble. And here are lodges which live on what they deny. If it is a falsehood, why do they repeat and act in their own in their degrees? The Bible is true. I got foggy what I'm reading here, mate. I'll tell you that for nothing. You know what I mean? This is all, you know, I've read about, you know, in their books like the, you know, the Babel and all that, and, you know, Baal and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? Religious, who infested the Gardarene, the widow's daughter, the inhabitant of the Madeleine, that sifted Peter and demoralized Judas, and resisted Christ and his apostles, inhabited all the Gentile shrines, and stole from God the worship of the world, are at the risk tricks still. They rule the world's darkness, they hoodwink mankind. Every lodge is a synagogue of Satan, and its ritual is sorcery, and their fearful activity to this day does not prove their power, but only their time is short. And I don't know what I just read there. 18th degree or sovereign prince of Rose Croix, the Herodom and Knight of the Eagle of Pelican. The order is called Rose Croix from the rose of the cross of the jewel, being emblematical of the Son of God, who is compared to the rose by St. John the Evangelist, Herodom, because the first chapter of this degree. I had struggle there, baby. I'm trying to read it on my bloody glasses. Do you know what I mean? They're like bloody, I need to wipe them, but I'm struggling to read this because the writing's not very good. Right, anyway, let's get this book finished. I don't know what I just read there, but I'm going to mark it anyway, and if someone wants me to go through that piece again to understand it a little bit better, then I've marked it, okay, and I will go through it again. But this is part 2, and I'm going to finish this on part 2. And I just right there, oh, bloody hell, you saw the state of my living room there, didn't you? My God, I need to clean it up a bit. But I'm so baby, charged to the candidate. I congratulate you on my brother on the recovery of the word, which entitles you to this degree, a perfect of perfect masonry. I shall make no comment or eulogium on it. It subliminally will no doubt be duly appreciated by you. You perceive, no doubt, with satisfaction that you were not deceived when you were promised an aim sublime which makes you the perfect in the mysteries of masonry, and unveils to you its allegorical emblems. To that point we are about to arrive. Now you have attained this high estate in masonry, you have found it in it all that is beautiful and God. You have become perfect. The sublime and the line and the true have been developed to your eyes. It is not enough, my brother, to have been able to merit and acquire it. You must more and more render yourself perfect in it and study and draw from it. Where am I draw from it? For the future of all fruits possible, and may you, my dear brother, long enjoy it among us. Grant us that friendship which is the bond of all associations, and be assured of ours which you now acquired. I will now instruct you in the signs, tokens, and words of this degree. And here it is, look, the Dagaz, yeah, or Osiris has risen, look, you see. And this is the sign of a good brother. A good shepherd, sorry, and the shepherds are the ones that lead us. This is the good sign of a Judas goat, really. Do you know what I mean? The Judas goat. But that's the daggers, the arms crossed. People who know it, obviously, they know exactly what I'm on about. But anyway, it's another. Here we go. The sign of a good shepherd, which is the daggers, cross arms on breast with hands extended and the eyes raised to heaven. You know what I mean? And the sign of reconciliation, sorry. Yeah, raise the right hand and with index finger point upwards. Again, you'll see people do this a lot. Yeah, Doctor Who does it a lot in his series. Do you know what I mean? You'll see that. You'll see people do it. Answer is point downwards with the index finger of the right hand. Yeah, sign of reconciliation. You know what I mean? Okay. Here's the sign of help. Cross the legs, the right behind the left. Now remember, put the right behind the left. I might even do that one myself, look. And see how, you know, you will get the reaction, you will get the help of it, you know, and they know you're a glorious master. You know what I mean? And the master will help you. The Daleks will turn up. And the answer, same, except the left leg is behind the right leg, you see? If you do that, they'll come and they'll give you it. Give the sign of a good shepherd. Face each other. Bow. place reciprocally, cross-handed on breast, and give a fraternal kiss and pronounce the password. You are beautiful. Oh no, Emmanuel, sacred word. And again, notice, you see these here, yeah, they mean something, yeah, these little dots and whatever, yeah. But I don't know. RNIR, which is, I think, is the Christ letters, I think, lettered by giving it alternatively, yeah. So you've got to spell it, yeah. So he'll give the I, then you the N, him the R, and you do the I, yeah. They are the initials of the Latin word Jesus, Nazarenus, Rex Judarisum, signifying Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. In Latin, 1 and J are interchangeable. Master, go, my brother, and make yourself known to all the members of the sovereign chapter and return again. Candidate upon one to another, whispering the password in the ear of each who returns and kneels before the altar when the brethren gather around him, and each places right hand on him. The ribbon and the jewels, by virtue of the authority invested in me by this sovereign chapter of the Rosecroix, I do hereby constitute and create you a sovereign prince of Rosecroix, Deheridum, and knight of the Eagle and Pelican, that you may enjoy now and forever all the privileges, prerogatives, and titles attached to this sublime degree, as virtue and humanity are the foundations of it. I hope, my brother, never to see you dishonour the ribbon with which you have been invested. And I'll leave that there so you can read the old bottom line there. And that's, you know, and this is serious stuff, you know what I mean? And like I said, whatever them privileges entail, or they're being given, I don't know what they entail. I know it's houses, I know they get money, do you know what I mean? I've got a book somewhere I'm still looking for, I always say it, they get £100,000 in 1980, they got £100,000 for being a master mason. That's tax-free, by the way. All their money's tax-free, what they get and give to the thingy. Here we go again, look. To reveal the degree appropriately close, volume 1 of this work. To understand it, read carefully the footnotes taken from the Masters of Masonry and Seers of Religious Antagonisms to the Bible and God. From these Masonic teachers, we learn that this degree of the rose, or the blood red cross, was founded by the Jesuits, and that's there, look. Where is it? Founded by the Jesuits for the purpose of the counteracting the insidious attacks of three thinkers upon the Romish faith. Yeah, the testimony of Clavel is obviously, where is it? Is obviously true. It is conferred in a body called a chapter, which is the Romish name for a dean and his clergy. The word is now exclusively appropriate for lodges conferring degrees higher than the symbolic or Old York degrees. These higher degrees, we need scarcely say, are French, invented in the Jesuit colleges of Claremont, Paris, and that at this time when Scotch mind led the Protestant world. I don't know what that means. The Protestant world. Scotland had overthrown and expelled popery without popery. Where am I again? Sorry about this, guys. Without shedding a drop of popish blood, though her own martyrs shed plenty. France then led the false worship of the anti-Christian world by infidels and superstition in the form of atheism and Romanism. And this Rosecroix degree was falsely derived from Scotland by Oliver, who said it was instituted by Robert the Bruce. See what I mean? They're all Freemasons, these people, in a mountain called Herodin. The stupendous falsehood was invented for the double purpose of giving Masonry the popularity of Robert Bruce, the hero of Bannockburn, and derived this degree from Scotland, then the leading nation of pure Bible Christianity. But as here stated by Cavell, the degree was invented by Jesuits to popularise and protect priestcraft and the Romish superstitions of atheism, which is born of priestcraft, which makes the lovely and simple religion of Christ so shockingly abhorrent that men revolt at it, and mistaking priestism for Christianity flee to atheism to get rid of it. To comprehend this, read carefully this expose, which depicts a hall or halls where this so-called eminently Christian degree is enacted. Thus describes its lodge room. Oh, I don't get this neither, man. What's going on? I wish I wasn't so profane. The first apartment represents Mount Calvary and is hung in black and lighted with wax candles. The second apartment contains a transparency representing the ascension of Christ. And the third apartment represents hell as a lake of boiling brimstone, and out of which human beings encircled with flames are attempting to crawl, while devils with pitchforks are pitching them back. Such is the room, and such the drapery of the room, where the degree of the Rosicrucians is enacted, of which the Masonic lexicographer Mackay says everything in short, about this degree is Christian. Oh, I don't get it. But there's a lot of devils and fucking poking sticks up bums and all that. I could see that, you know what I mean? Anyway, this is about as just as fair and true a picture of Bible religion as you would be a painting of the slavery rebellion representing its hell of war, poverty, liquor, poison, arson, and worshipping with Robert Toombs, Jefferson Davidson, John B. Floyd, Judah P. Benjamin, and other creeping up the banks to get out, with Johann Most and his antichrists thrusting them back with hot pitchforks over the dead line of Libby. And this is like, I don't know, this is Masonic, man. This is not me. None of this is me. I must tell you, my profane friends, this is not me. I'm going to just go down here and you can read it at your leisures, yeah? Hell and Masonic caricature. Doubtless the hell of the Bible, which is the hell of the sin and wrath made by sinners. Wow. See, again, all about the infringe the obligation you have taken, you know what I mean? More threats. They lay hold of the apocalypse, which had been largely sealed, book of Christ's church, and thus use. There you go. We're nearly there, my profane friends. This is book 1. What does book 2 hold? See, all I'm interested in, you know, personally, are the stances, yeah? And I don't understand, like I said, I'm a profane. I don't understand. And like I said, this is just the, you know, imagine that, you know, the books I've got, you know, and the size of it. I mean, the book, this, so, look, to study that, do you know what I mean? It takes years. Look at these books, look, you see, all to do with Freemasonry, do you know what I mean? And they're you know, it takes years. Look, Scottish Rite Freemasonry. And unless you've got people helping you, you know, to do that, you know, but this is what I'm interested in, the stances, look, you see, and I'm going to show you more of this in the next book. This is book 2, yeah, and obviously it's getting more into the, you know, the rituals of where they're punching and all that sort of stuff, do you know what I mean? But this one's a lot more, you know, a bit more detailed, so I will take a bit more time over this. There's someone at my door. I'll take a bit more time over this one. Oh, what is that, look? Oh, baby. See, look. I ain't marked that page. Oh, baby. But what is that? That's a what? I don't know what that is, but we will find out. Let me mark that page. Wait a minute. I'll mark that page. Sorry if I've gone dark. That's only because I just put the camera on the fling. And then here, just a little bit. Look, this is what you're looking at. I've already marked that anyway. We'll get to that. But look. Here they are. Look. The Grand Pontiff, Master at ad vitam. Grand Patriarch, the Nonce, Nonce, not Nonce, Grand Master of Key of Masonry. The keys in Masonry are so important. Prince of Libanus, Knight of Royal, the Prince Adept, Commander of the White and Black Eagle, Commander of the Royal Secret. Do you see what I mean? Great Pontiff, Puff, Grand Master Admovitimus, not Choit Prusian Knight, Prince of Libanus, Enanus, Chief of the Tabernacles, or more than likely the Testicles. Anyway, Prince of the Testicles, Knight of the Brazen Serpent, Prince of Mercy, Grand Commander of the Temple, Knight of the Sun, Grand Scotch Knight of St Andrew, Knight of Kadosh, Grand Inspector, Inquisitor, Commander. Do you know what I mean? These are all the, you know, when there was like, they were looking and hunting for witches, the people hunting and looking for the witches were the Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? And it gave them power and control. There's the pointing finger again, look. But we'll get into some of these signs. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, they're what I'm interested in. These are what I look for. Yeah, you've seen that many a time, haven't you, my profane friends? How many times have you seen that on the telly? Hey, this is the sign of a character, Prince of Mercy. You know what I mean? Look. Oh, can you believe it? And what's that one? And that's the sign of the entrance, look. Oh, come here, you. Sorry about that. You know me, I'm not a professional cameraman. Never have been, never will be. I'll never work in Hollywood. You've got to be a nonce. Anyway, there we go, look. Sign of the entrance. And there it is, look. Everyone's seen that sign before, haven't we, on the telly? My profane friends, it's the Prince of Mercy. But anyway, don't believe me. You don't just see, you know, the people in Hollywood doing it. You can see people in governments. Yeah, it's the serpent, look. The serpent and the cross. How many times you seen that? You know what I mean? Oh, baby. They got it all in this book, I'll tell you. You know, the square, the level, the compass. You know what I mean? Yeah, they got it all. You know, you go whack a bishop, look. He's a high priest, chief of the tabernacle degree. More than likely looking after your knackers. You know what I mean? The tabernacles. But anyway, this is part 2. This is the end of part 2. So we will continue with that. I'll do another one, like I said. Look at that handshake there. Oh, we'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, here we go again. Look, arms crossed. You see, it's a different way of their arms crossed. Look, that's the 3rd sign. But I'll get into that. You know what I mean? Like I said, all of these people here, they, you know, this is a serious stuff what they do. You know what I mean? And we're not involved in it. Trust me, we're in the dark north. We're the vulgar common people. You know what I mean? There's no room for us in Freemasonry. These are the master race. Believe that, baby. But this is part 2, look. Volume 2. We've just done volume 1. I will do the volume 2. This is the 19th to the 33rd degree inclusive, yeah? So I'm now taking you from 19th degree to the 33rd degree in Freemasonry. Yeah, I'll let you read the 2nd volume. Look, there you go. Whee! I've got a bit of time on here just so I can give you this. This is only on 42, but I will stop it in a minute on the next alarm. I've got alarms going because I'll do the I wouldn't do the thing. I'll let you do it. We'll do the contents, but this is some of the contents. Look, door of the middle chamber was in the right side. Obligation, the Prince of Mercy. Look, light is the symbol of knowledge. Oh yeah, note 303, page 172. Look, so let's go to page 172. And we'll see what the light of knowledge is, eh? Right there, my profane friends. I ain't that good. Calm down. I'm excited to see it as much as you are. Right. And then you go like that. Yeah, I do promise and swear in the presence of the great architect of the universe that I will never reveal the secrets of this degree to any person or persons shall be taken in the preceding degree of the I have been informed of pure life. I shall have been informed of the pure life and irreproachable manner and morals of the candidate, yeah, of the Prince of the Royal Secret, a 32 degree, to whose allegiance, and only after, see what I mean? We're going to get into all of this. Candidate, light, yeah, my brother, now, does what they desire, look, light, and notice the 3 dots behind it, yeah? Because there's something 3 degrees. My brother seen it, bring the new brother to light. Darkness is passed on, the true light now shineth. You have before this been brought into light in masonry when the worshipful master aided the breath and first made you a mason. Your attention was directed to the three great lights upon the altar. On being brought to the light in this degree, you see before you the illuminous delta with three equal sides in all ages, representing the deity, which is the triangle or the pyramid, the trinity of wisdom, power and harmony. You will now approach the east and be invested with the sign, the token, the word of this degree. All now seated, the first sign of entrance. Look, place the right hand open as to form a triangle above the eyes, as if to be protected against the strong light. A bit of a Columbo move, do you know what I mean? One more question. Sign of entrance, pencil bit. Sign of character, again, is this. Look, oh yeah, we've just shown you this, haven't I? Form a triangle with two thumbs and two forefingers. Join them by their extremities. Place the hands in front of and touching the body. And there you go. You know what I mean? 32 degree. When you see that, and then here we come with the old hands up. Look, sign of help. Look, cross both arms above the head. The hands open, palms upward, and say, "To me, the children of truth." Yeah, and that's the Grand Highland sign. That is. I'll mark that. I'll put this little thing in there for that. I won't get another bit of toilet paper. So I'll put that in there. And then the sign of order. Stand up, the right hand resting on the hip, look, like a teapot, buffy teapot. You know what I mean? The token is place both hands. I'll do this anyway. Each of the shoulders, press them slightly thrice and say Gomel. You see what I mean? And this is the thing, you've got to press, you know, like I said, it can be your shoulders, it can be your elbow, depending on the degree. You know, they could grab your waist and do 3 on each hip. Do you know what I mean? And there's replies to that, you know, along with passwords. But that's another story. Anyway, we'll get into part 2 next. Remember, my profane friends, our power of profaneness knows no bounds. Remember, secret societies. It's an encyclopedia, and I could go through this one all day long. The amount of people, you know, the different, you know, like lists, you know, all of it. You know what I mean? Like the Ku Klux Klan, Know Nothing Party. You know what I mean? The Know Nothing Party. All of these are different, different secret societies. Knight of the Flaming Circle. Look, you know what I mean? There's all sorts. Knights of Columbus, which I walked in on, didn't I? Yeah, the Kabbalistic Order of the Rose Cross. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah. I don't know what that one was. So the Jacobites, look, you see what I mean? The Hermetic Brotherhood of Luxor. You know what I mean? All of these, look. Hall of Manly Palmer. These are all different cross swords. I love it. You know, the Grange, look. There it is, look. The all-seeing eye above the pyramid. Oh, baby, this book is Gnosticism. You know what I mean? All of this, it's all in there, look. Fraternal Benefits Society. Oh, yeah. It's got everything in here, mate, I'll tell you. The eagles, look. The snake eating upon itself for the eternal. For the eternal fraternal. Anyway, my profane friends, have a great day. And remember, the Freemasons are watching you, they're scheming against you, and they're planning against you, especially within your councils, within your towns, within your cities. We've got to vote them out and make our own parties that can go up and stand against them and vote them out, get them out, and don't let them in your parties. But you won't get the chance to do that, trust me. They won't allow it, even on a fair vote. Do you know what I mean? Have a great day, my profane friends. Remember, I love you.